Hi, this is Tim Winton for Dr. Hayes' class and our leadership interviews. I'd like to introduce you to our third candidate of leaders. His name is Carl Erickson. He is the Deputy Director of the Emergency Management Agency here in Hamilton County. And Carl, just introduce yourself.
Well, like you said, I'm the Deputy Director for Emergency Management for the county. I've been in this position now for about 6 years. Prior to that, I worked for the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department, where I held the rank of Sergeant. And at the same time, while working for the Sheriff's Department, I also worked for the Cicero Fire Department, also here in Hamilton County, where I went up and through the ranks and held the title of Lieutenant while I was there. So total time invested in public safety, it's right around 22, 23 years.
Okay. Now, with that, how did you get involved in leadership?
Well, I think leadership, certain people have that quality, have that spirit within them. And it's up to other leaders that we surround ourselves with or that we work for to see that leadership quality in us and pull that out and start to cultivate it and see what it's going to produce.
Right, right. So with that, as they saw that potential in you and they begin to mentor you in that, and they saw that, okay, he's taking what I'm giving them and applying it to his life, did you think that caused them to say, okay, he's proved himself, we're going to give him some more?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if, like I said, they see that spirit or they see that potential in you, they start to pull it out, and they're not going to, a good leader is not going to dump everything on their protege or whatever at one time. It's not fair. You're not going to create a good leader by doing that. So they give you little bits, We'll give him this and see how he does with this. If he does good with this, then we're going to give him a little bit more and then a little bit more. And your goal, as you trying to be a successful leader, your goal is to accomplish each one of those things that they give you above and beyond what their expectations are.
So how does your leadership gift, because you're in a secular position here, but as a leader in the church, how do you think your giftings, how does that transition into church life, into spiritual, and because you're a community leader in our county, but
well, I think whether you're talking on the secular side or the faith-based community side, however wording you want to say, the thing that you have to deal with as a leader is getting those people to understand, believe, and want to accomplish your dream.
Right.
Your vision.
Good word.
If I can, whatever that is, as long as, I always go by the motto, unethical, or as long as it's ethical and not immoral or illegal, I try to go that route. And then also, as long as it doesn't go against God's word. So if I can meet all those criteria, and then I can get those people under me to see my vision and understand it and have the passion that I have for it, then that makes my job easier, and then it makes me pull them right along, and we get the job done.
Okay, so with that, every position, it doesn't matter what you do in life, there's challenges and there's rewards. So what would you say your challenge is? What's your biggest challenge in leadership for you?
Well, it's funny because it's gonna be the same answer, I believe, for both questions. The biggest challenge is getting people to share your passion and not only see your vision, but understand that vision. And even if they don't understand it, that they still have faith in you enough
to run with it. Okay.
And that's the hard part.
So with that, how do you well, I guess it's probably different for everybody, but one of the most important parts of casting vision is communicating vision. Here's my vision, but it's great. The Bible tells us to write it down so people can run with it. But how do you think that works? The importance of casting and communicating vision.
Well, again, you can't. I can't expect a group of people to follow me into battle. Or to do a certain mission or a certain project if A, they don't understand the mission, B, they don't necessarily believe in the mission, or finally, if they don't trust their leader.
Right.
Again, you can lead people regardless if they believe in it or have the passion for it. You can lead them into battle as long as they trust you. Trust is the biggest thing as a leader, if you don't instill that trust in those people under you,
Right,
you're
absolutely.
lost.
That's a great word. So that's the challenge, the reward.
The reward is the same thing. Once people understand and you explain your mission or you explain what you want accomplished and they get it, and then they start running with it, where you're going from point A to point B, and next thing you know, they've gone on to point C, D, E, and F. They get it and they run with it, which in turn now is developing them into a leader.
Certainly. So that's what I was going to say, is that once they pick up on your vision, you've communicated it properly, they've got it, and you know that they have it. Not only are they trusting you, but now you in turn are trusting them with your vision.
Absolutely.
And then saying, okay, go with it.
Which is hard. It's hard for a leader to entrust somebody else with my vision or with my passion or whatever, because it's my
Right.
baby.
Right.
It's my baby. I don't want anybody else to do it. So again, as a leader, we have to be able to be willing to do that. Is trust other people as much as we want them to trust us.
Good point.
We have to trust them also.
Great point. Well, that was Carl Erickson, again, the Deputy Director of the Emergency Management Agency, and he leads several people, paid staff, as well as several hundred volunteer staff in the county. And Carl, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Pastor Tim.
And God bless you.
All right.